Liang pair take pride in becoming first Philippine Women's Open champions. Chong and Liang have enjoyed success before, but nothing beats the prestige of being the first ever champion in a tournament. Chong and Liang dug deep to complete a stunning comeback against top-seeded doubles pair Quinn Glisson and Sabrina Santamaria in their Philippine Women's Open doubles final at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. Though not necessarily new to success, Chong and Liang were both ecstatic to officially become the first ever champions at the WTA 125 tournament. Fighting back from being down 2-5, Chong and Liang enjoyed the come-from-behind win, but it also gave significant weight that they were the inaugural champions of the TIF, and the first ever WTA titleists awarded on Philippine soil. I would say it's the top two, in ranking our wins, because I think the first one for us was really special, in September last year in China. But this one also is pretty special, especially being the first tournament here in Manila. Chong told media after the final on Friday night. I think hopefully there are going to be more tournaments here, and we'd love to come back and compete here again, she added. But claiming the championship was nothing but easy for the pair, with Glisson and Santamaria presenting a big challenge. In fact, in the second set, the American duo even reached match point in Game 7, before Chong and Liang were able to slowly but surely chip away at the lead. Chemistry is key. Perhaps one of the biggest advantages of Chong and Liang was the fact that they've been playing together for longer. Whereas this was only Glisson and Santamaria's second partnership, Chong and Liang have been playing together since September of last year. For Liang, it was a big thing that they were able to grow together as partners in facing such stringent competition in the final. I think, especially the finals, we were down very far from the match. We were not in the match in the beginning, but we're still trying to find a way to come back, and I think it's a really good match for us to be a better doubles team, she said. Meanwhile, Chong underscored the importance of momentum and how they were able to swing their fates after saving match point in a crucial moment in set 2. I think in the beginning of the match, first set and second set, we were still trying to find our rhythm. We were a little bit, slow with our feet, and I think we were trying to just make our opponent play a lot of balls. And we slowly kind of found our way back, she said. I think on their match point, it was a really long point, but we were able to kind of come back from that. I think that was a point where it was a little bit of a turning moment for us, where we could kind of find our way back into the match and find our rhythm again. She continued, Chong-Liang pair take pride in becoming first Philippine Women's Open champions. History is often made quietly, between steady breaths, focused glances, and moments of courage that the world only notices after the final point is won. For Chong and Liang, that history unfolded on Philippine soil, where sweat met belief and belief turned into triumph. When the final whistle echoed across the court, it did more than signal victory. It announced a beginning. The Chong-Liang pair stood not only as winners, but as the first ever Philippine Women's Open champions, their names etched into a chapter that had never before been written. The journey to that moment was anything but simple. Championships are built long before medals are handed out. On early mornings when muscles ache, on evenings when doubt whispers louder than applause. Chong and Liang had walked that road together, step by step, learning each other's rhythms, strengths, and silences. Their partnership was not forged overnight. It was shaped through trust, patience, and countless rallies that tested both skill and spirit. From the opening rounds of the tournament, the pair played with quiet confidence. They were not flashy for the sake of attention, nor reckless in pursuit of dominance. Instead, their style spoke of discipline and harmony, precise footwork, sharp anticipation, and an unspoken understanding that allowed them to move as one. Where Chong brought calm control, Liang answered with fierce determination. Together, they became more than a duo. They became a balance. As the tournament progressed, the weight of expectation grew heavier. Each win carried them closer to history, and with it came pressure, the kind that can either crush or crystallize ambition. Opponents challenged them with speed, power, and experience, but Chong and Liang responded with resilience. When points slipped away, they regrouped. When momentum faltered, they steadied each other with a nod, a brief smile, a reminder that they belonged on that stage. The final match was a test of everything they had learned. The air felt thicker, the crowd louder, the stakes higher. Every rally stretched time. Every point demanded full commitment. Yet in that intensity, Chong and Liang found clarity. They trusted their preparation. They trusted their partnership. And most importantly, they trusted themselves. When the final point was secured, emotion replaced tension. Relief, joy, and pride washed over them in equal measure. It was not just the victory that mattered. It was what the victory represented. By claiming the title, Chong and Liang became pioneers, opening doors for future athletes and redefining what was possible in the Philippine Women's Open. Their pride was evident, not loud or boastful, but deeply rooted. They spoke of gratitude, for coaches who believed in them, for families who supported them, and for the opportunity to compete on a platform that celebrated women's excellence in sport. They understood that their win carried meaning beyond the scoreboard. It was a symbol of progress, of representation, of dreams realized through perseverance. For young athletes watching from the stands or following the match from afar, Chong and Liang's triumph sent a powerful message. History does not wait for permission. It is claimed by those willing to work, to fail, to rise, and to keep going when the path forward is uncertain. As champions, Chong and Liang now carry a legacy, but they carry it with humility. They know that being first is not the end of the journey. It is a responsibility to inspire, to compete with integrity, and to honor the sport that gave them this moment. Their names may headline the record books, but their true victory lies in the standard they have set. In the years to come, the Philippine Women's Open will crown new champions. Records will be challenged, and titles will change hands. Yet the story of Chong and Liang will remain. Two athletes who stepped onto the court, trusted each other, and walked away as history makers. Sometimes, pride is not about standing above others. Sometimes, it is about standing firm in who you are, knowing you gave everything you had. For Chong and Liang, that pride will forever echo in the moment they became the first, and prove that the future of women's sport is bold, determined, and unstoppable.